Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 4 here of the Dutch Racing League. I am your host, Amkassa, and we are coming to you from the lovely Circuit de Paul Ricard in sunny old France. Well, hopefully it's sunny, we'll find out that shortly. As you can see on your screen, that is the track map, 2 DRS sections, a very long back straight. It's got a little chicane just thrown in the mix in the middle. You're going to see some people with issues probably around turn 10. The inside corner there can be bite back at you quite easily. Just run down how we are. As I say, this is round 4 of 13. Last time out, obviously, we were in Canada, for those of you who can remember. Mesa took the win from Beaker, followed by Dan. Dan took pole on there. I'm just trying to find, there we go. So in terms of championships, Mesa is currently winning. He's on 68, followed by Idiv on 40. I'm not sure it's been updated actually. It might be actually. Idiv on 40, Dan on 40. Yes, it has actually. Borderline 27, Trirena 27, Ace Creed 19, Jumboy, Beaker, and Smelt all on 18 points. Then you got a little bit of gap further back. You've got Justin on 9, Spaghetti on 8, Noosa 6, Mute 4, Remcase and Gloves both on 2. In terms of Constructors' Championship, Red Bull's currently leading the way, got a little bit of lead ahead, they've got 95 points compared to Sauber's 67. Then again, there's another gap back to Renault on 40, and another gap back to Williams on 27. 14 is just behind them on 24, Haas on 19, Ferrari on 8, McLaren on 4, and then Mercedes and Toro Rosso both on 2 points. Yeah, so we'll jump straight into a hot lap while we wait for this lobby to get going. So on board with the Ferrari driver of Kills, coming down the lovely home straight. DRS wide open at this point. We're going to throw it into turns 1 and 2. Quite high speed, sort of chicane style opening of the lap. You've got some nice wide runoff if you have to go for it. Through that little kink, it's not really a corner. Then come up to turns 3 and 4, this technical sort of just windy section here. Through 4 into 5 and into 6. Little lift off there. And then you get that power down as you go through 7 across the detection line for the DRS. And then this is the long back straight I was talking about. DRS is open there. And then it's really quite tricky to pick your brake point and actually work out where you're going here, because there are so many different lines. It can be a little bit off-putting. And then through 8 and through 9. And get that power down once again. And try and recover any positions you might have just lost on that chicane. And then you come up to, as I mentioned earlier, turn 10, quite easy to lose the back end here if you're not paying too much attention to it. So hopefully lost it. Then 11, this is long right-hander, double apex right-hander, just incredibly long, goes on forever. Shifts over back to the right until you go through turn 12. Get that power down, flat through 13, nothing to really do here. But keep it to the right as you go into 14, which is quite similar to 12. And get on the brakes, get tight, turn 15, and get the power down, get that DRS open, and there you go, that is a flying lap around the Circuit Paul Ricard. We're going to chuck the backtrack map back on while we wait. We are literally moments away from getting into the lobby, and hopefully we should be in there shortly. Just a quick rundown of the drivers while we're getting into the lobby. You can hear it already ticking away. In the Mercedes, you've got Smelt and Asmuster, or Dennis as we're going to call him. Ferrari's got the usual Kills and Spaghetti. Red Bulls, Mesa, Borderline. Renault's got Anthony and Dan. Just one Haas driver of Buzzing. And then in the McLarens, you've got Mute and Sarge. One four-cylinder driver, that is Jumboy. 2 Saubers, Dan and Trirena. 1 Toro Rosso of Gloves. And 2 Williams of Beaker and Just Chillin'. And yeah, so I'll just chuck it in a moment. We are literally getting in at this precise moment in time. And there we go. Hopefully. There we go. Yes, we're in. So as you can see, a nice, slightly overcast actually. I was going to say nice blue skies, but it's not. It is just, as I say, quite overcast. Apologies for the screen. Let me switch back on there. There we go. So yes, just started the 18-minute qualifying. As always, 18 minutes followed by 50% race. As I'm sure most people are used to. The 50% race is 27 laps. Ultras, Supers and Softs are your tyre choices today. So we'll see what people will be putting on. A fair few got those Ultras on, fair few got the Softs on. Obviously the Softs will go longer, so they might be able to do a couple more laps, or maybe they just want to put a banker out there. And we've really got movement. That is Kills heading out of his garage. There's someone ahead of him actually. Who was that? Is it Dan, or is there someone in front of Dan? It looks like Dan's going to be the man. It is. So yeah, French Grand Prix came off the calendar for many years. I think the last one was in 2008. It used to be held at Monaco. Circuit Paul Ricard used to host it as well back in the 80s. Back in those days, turn 9 and 10 didn't actually exist, and it was just straight, just dead straight. There were no chicanes on there, but now we have a little chicane just to take a little bit of speed off these cars, because they are quite quick nowadays. You can see Dan getting up to nearly 200 miles an hour before he's going to hit the brakes. You hit 195, pretty darn close if you ask me. So then Dan will set us off on the first flying lap of the day. Still in mode 0, of course, as you might expect. 15 drives this hour. I was expecting 2 more, but they haven't shown up. Not the end of the world, still 15 is a nice grid to have. And hopefully we'll get nearly 15 to finish this race. So Dan coming around turn 13 into 14 now, and he'll just one more corner after this and then he'll get flying. A little slow nudging it up in the ERS, but each their own. So TRS open, now we're going. Keep it over to the right, throw it in. Little one EFX is really going to make a mess of second corner. He's actually going to make a mess of coming down here because he's lost a little bit of speed in doing so, but still. But he's still going nonetheless on that back straight. DRS again wide open, mode 3 this time. Could probably shift it into mode 4, particularly on such a long back straight. Throw it into that chicane now and see how he goes. So he's on the soft tyre, so you shouldn't have as much grip as everyone else. It's almost just like a banker. Get up going. Justin has retired already. Didn't see any yellow flags. That might have just been retired from session. I'm not sure if he had a qualifying ban or anything, but he's done for the qualifying. So Dan coming through turn 12 there. Just a handful of corners left for him to do. Let's see if he can get a decent time in. Obviously he will start, he will pole off for the first lap because he'll be the only one to set a lap. But coming around the final corner now, let's see what he can manage. It's going to be a bit off the pace. It's a 32 dead. And try running it immediately, just goes underneath at 31.8. Let's have a look further down. Let's see Dennis or Erzmeister. He's out on a flying lap. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead. He's also on a flying lap, so you just have to be careful. He's on these ultra softs, so he really needs to get out of the way. Sarge puts in a 31.5. Dennis actually going to get a little bit of a tow down here, and he goes a 29.7. So quite comfortably, as it stands, P1. And it was pretty much given away his strategy that he's going to be going out on the ultra softs. So let's see. Let's have a look at Anthony. He's currently out on the super softs. Is he? He's about to finish a flying lap, and he's done a 131.9, pretty much 132 on there. Begum has just started a flying lap, so fair way for him to go. Yellow in sector 2. Not normally a worry if you see yellows in qualifying. It's normally people just getting out of other people's way. If you see a retirement from session, then there's a reason to worry if there's yellow around at the time. Mesa putting a decent time there, put a 30.3 on the softs to attempt to show Dennis that he can go quick. Just look at that gap to leader, so yeah, 0.6 pretty much between those two. So that's a really good lap from Mesa, or maybe it's just Dennis a little bit slow on his lap. We will find out as the qualifying progresses. 12 minutes left, so fair distance to go still. Some of those softers are putting on multiple laps, which is always interesting to see, because if you finish in the top 10 qualifying, you start on that set of tyres that you set the time on. So you don't want to take too much of the good rubber out. Managed to go for another lap, didn't go faster. Bigger then slightly oversteer from the final corner. He does a 31.168. To put himself, as it stands, P6. So Mute's getting a little toe from his teammate there. It's a cheeky little one. Hopefully for his sake, it's helped him out a fair bit. As he comes up to this chicane I was talking about earlier. Neatly done there. No, he's not going to get a toe from his teammate as he's coming up to the tricky turn 10. It's only tricky because you can easily just put your foot down a little too hard, or carry a little bit too much speed into it and just send it round, back round. Place where I expect to see into this is, as they turn 10. You're also going to see a fair bit into 8 and 9. People trying to go side by side through there, and it's not really a place you can go side by side. But Mewtwo's coming up to the line now. He's just outside the 131s. 31.47. P7 for him then. Smelt's the only man who's not set a time. He's still in the pits actually. Let's see what Spaghetti's doing. He's done one flying lap, but he's not doing a second just yet. He could be on an in lap and then go again. Or a reinstallation, not an in lap. What about Beaker? Beaker is looking like he's trying to go again. He looked up there. And he is very up. Up to P3 then for Beaker. 30.86. I just thought when I was on Spaghetti he ran out of fuel, but he's just going very slow. So let's have a look. Mute, he is definitely not going again. Was he giving his teammate a little drag that time? The McLaren boy's got a little bit of tactics going on here. Nothing illegal about it. So, Dennis, our current leader, is out again on another set of ultras. Let's see if he can go faster. Where's Meister? He's on an in lap. Beaker's on an in lap. Spaghetti's on an in lap. Dan is as well. Mute. No, let's have a look at Sarge then. He looks like he's on a flyer. He's had a fair few goes at it already. He's a little bit wide there, but can he rein it? Just about. Go through this long right-hander turn 13. Just 2 corners to go now. And let's see if that slipstream assistance from his teammates helped. As he goes a little bit faster, but doesn't move up into the 31.4, so he stays as it stands P10. As we go once again back to Dennis, he is on his ultra softs, and it's going to take, I think it's going to take Meister change onto the ultras if he wants to put it at the front. He may be quite happy with the fact he's got it onto P2 as it stands on the set of softs, so he might come out towards the end of qualifying just once again on the set of ultras, just to be sure that he can start at the front. And obviously you can bail out if need be. So Dennis coming up to this little chicane. He's got Kills in front of him. Has Kills blocked him there potentially? I think Kills. Oh, they're desync. Never mind, they are not blocking. They just can't see each other, which makes for good viewing. But that's about the best that it can do. Oh, Dennis very much offline there. Comes up to turn 12. I wonder if that desync's going to be continue on in the race. Hopefully, by the fact that Kills out the back and Dennis out the front, we won't see too much desyncing between those two come the race time, but you never know. Oh, we did not like that. Straight in the pits then. 7 minutes left off this session. As Mute jumps up there to P3 off the back of Mesa, not Beaker, sorry. As Mesa is putting a set of supers off on. He's obviously going to try and get and secure a front row start on those super softs. So let's have a look. Mute is probably done. Let's have a look then at Kills. He's just started a flying lap. Well, I say just started. He's gone through turn 7 there. So fair way through this just started lap. Just throws it into 8 and 9, looking nice and tidy. Using all the available track. This is one of the things that you get with a track like this. There's quite a lot of space to pick up penalties on because there's so much runoff airspace. As it's just quite easy to, if you get the line wrong, you just take a different line, and you can amount to penalties here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of penalties, say, today. But Kills coming through turn 13 now, just 2 corners to go after this. Can these super softs put him up in contention for a front row start? We've got all the best, they're all on supers, on softs. So Kills coming across the line on supers, 30.7. He knows he needs to do better. He's got just under 6 minutes now to get back in the pits. As Dennis is coming out once again on a set of ultra soft, so he's going to look to try and better his time again. Let's have a look further down. Where's Smelt? He is coming around 11, so he'll be starting a flying lap in a moment. So not much activity on the track at the moment. We've got 2 drivers looking to do laps. Kills, I don't think we'll be doing again. I could be wrong though. And you've got Smelt and Dennis out. Dennis obviously trying to set at a time while the track is clear. Obviously it's clear when he left the garage. Whether it will be clear when he comes past the line shall be seen. So Smelt has got his flying lap underway. Going through 1 and 2. A little bit wobbly on the back there of turn 2. Now into 3, 4, quick bit of acceleration to 5. It's looking good this lap. Looking nice and tidy to say the least. As Spaghetti has also come out of the pits to try and put in a lap. Smelts now on the back straight with that DRS wide open, mode 4 going. Very aggressive on the corner there of 8, but still he's through the corners. He is on the softs, as I say, so you look at the best times people have done it on. Pretty much everyone other than Anthony, Kills and Dennis have done their times on the softs. So he's going to have to realistically put this into the 130s. Because I don't think he's going to get... no, he's probably not going to get time to do another lap after this. This is going to be it for him. He's going to leave it all out here. He will get... well, I say he won't get enough time. He will have another shot on the softs. He won't be able to change to a super soft unless he comes in the pits here. And he's not. He's going to stick out on his tyres. And it's going to be a 31.5, so only P12 for him. It wasn't a quick lap, but it was at least a clean lap. Now Dennis is coming around turn 10 into 11. Let's just stay on board with him. Not a bit of traffic, but quite easily passed at the end. 2 corners to go then for Dennis. He really needs to get into a low 29. Because Mesa is going to come out on a super soft and he's pitted. Interesting. He's got just over 2.5 minutes. He needs to get out with probably about 2 minutes left of the session. If the track is busy, a bit more if it isn't. So let's have a look. Current 5. Beaky's not going yet. Trirainer has just started its flying lap. So we'll stick with him. Anthony's come out and set of ultra softs. He's trying to worry the top people. Kills is looking like he's going to come out on some ultras as well. 2 minutes 20 left of this session. So you're going to try and be coming out of the pits with around 150 left of the session if you want to be guaranteed a lap. Obviously it all depends on other people going around the track as well. So Trirainer coming up to this little chicane once again. So this is where it used to just go dead straight back in the 80s. It used to just be this lovely long straight. Personally, I don't remember seeing the track. A bit before my time. I do remember Monaco quite fondly. So just watching the times, they've all managed to get out except for Smelts, who won't be coming out of the garage, I don't think, unless he's literally just got out. But you have to do high-paced outlap if he wants to catch up. Sarge puts it up P3 with a cracking lap on those super softs. Dan also jumping up to P2. Let's see where his teammate can do. Coming around the final corner now. Spaghetti's up there as well. Obviously these super softs are starting to make holes as Trirainer doesn't really improve. He goes P8. He looks like he's going again though. So let's have a look. Where's Beaker? Beaker's coming around the final corner now. He will get another go. He's got 50 seconds left. And he goes P2 as it stands. Let's have a look further down. Kills is coming around turn 13. He is on a set of ultras, so we do expect him to be close to the top, along with Anthony, who didn't improve or got invalidated because it's just clicked over to 1. Or maybe that was an outlap from Anthony. The Kills come around that final corner. He's well off the pace actually. Must have been an outlap, but didn't look like it. Let's have a look. Let's see where Meister is. Meister is just started. Dennis is just started as well. So let's go back to Jumboy. We've not seen any of him today. He's just coming out to the chicane. As session has expired, so if you're out on your lap, you can finish it. Even if you literally just started as just after the checker flag, or just before the checker flag came down. Dan is going to be P3 then, as it stands. Dennis is enough is enough. He's going to be P1 as it stands, but will he be P1 at the end? I'm going to be surprised if Mesa can't beat him to it. Dennis didn't improve as much as we were hoping. Let's see if Jumboy can make a jump up there though. He's coming around that final corner now. Beaker goes faster with 29.6 though. Will that be beaten? Jumboy coming across the lane, goes P2 just off the back of Beaker then. Where is Meister? He's a long way away. Let's have a look. Where's Kills? He is just coming around turn 14 now. He's in mode 0, so I don't think he's going to do another lap. He's about to run out of ERS. He's coming to the pit, so Mute is there. Where's Meister? Meister's coming around the final corner now. Let's see. Has Meister got it? Has he got enough to get onto P1? He does, by 0.2 of a second then from Beaker, and that is Mason going to be starting on pole from Beaker, followed by Jumboy. Dennis's day has not gone to plan. He's going to start on some ultra softs behind other drivers on super softs. So we'll get a rundown once everyone has finished up, and we'll have a look at where everyone's going to be qualifying. So we just wait for everyone to get through the next screen and we'll have a look. Hopefully. So there you go, Mesa will take pole, followed by Beaker, so 0.2 between them. Just behind Beaker you got Jumboy. Dennis is just not too far off the back of them. He's 0.3 down on Mesa, but he is going to start on ultra softs, which could not work well for him, or maybe really work well for him. We'll find out. Dan in 5th, Mute in 6th, Trirainer 7th, Sarge in 8th, Spaghetti and his teammate kills in 9th and 10th. Just behind you got Gloves and Cereal, Borderline, Smelt, Anthony, and Just Chillin', who didn't set a time. As always, those who qualified in the top 10 will have to start on that tyre. Those outside do have free choice. And in terms of free choice, it is looking like a one-stop, but not using any Ultra Softs. Which I don't know if I've just missed that strategy, because it is possible. It can be hard, but it is possible. So the ideal is supers followed by softs. Unless it rains, obviously, but it's looking quite dry at the moment. Look, again, a bit overcast, and people there in the above the pit boxes do have big woolly coats on by the looks of things. Is that a sign that it's going to rain? Don't know. As we just wait for everyone to get those setups on, and we can get formation up done. And I'm going to finish my dinner because I'm starving. So formation lap underway. As always on formation laps, if you see people get disqualified, do not worry, they will just be reset to track and start without doing the whole formation lap. So let's have a quick look at tyres while we are going around. So you can see, Dennis is the only one going to be starting on Ultra Softs. Everyone outside the top 10, other than Just Chillin', well, pretty much everyone but Dennis and Just Chillin' will be starting on the Super Softs. So that just shows how those strategies are going to work. Maester nearly loses the back end on the warm-up. I think Ericsson might have hit him though, but we'll let him confirm that one later on. Right, and just in case you forgot, it is the Baku Grand Prix this weekend. I think I've seen them all. The first one was absolutely shocking, but they have got much better since. I don't know what they've done. I don't think they've changed anything. I think just drivers got used to it a bit more. But it's definitely worth a watch as they go through the lovely castle section. Everyone's played it on this game and knows how terrifying it is to go through there. You get half a metre wrong, you are out of the race. Fortunately, F1 drivers are slightly better than us at doing that. And yeah, so that'll be a great one to watch. I can't remember what time it starts. I think it's 1 o'clock UK time, so 2 o'clock for you Dutchies out there. So Maester has just taken up his position on the grid, and just chilling a fair bit way off the back, doing his best to annoy everyone else by coming in 5 seconds after everyone else. But he's getting there. It's going to be crucial that Dennis at P4 gets a cracking start. He realistically needs to be up the front probably by the time you come out go into turn 8 to 9. With those that ultra soft tyres, but 5 red lights, they're off, and we're off. There's a decent drive away from everyone. Dennis looking to get a decent jump then on Jumboy. He's going to have the outside line for the first corner as everyone gets away the line cleanly, and looks like we're all getting through turn 1 nice and cleanly as well. Dennis has gained that position that he needed. There's a few people running wide behind. The two Saubers are coming close together. He's trying to look to make a move. Jumbo in front has nudged into the side of Dennis. He's going to have to be careful. Don't think he picks up any damage. He would have just slid that back end round. But he's going to be under pressure now from Dan. He does actually quite a big lift off in the middle of that corner. But let's have a look up front. Young boy is still trying to get back on Dennis. As Mute is looking like he's trying to make a move on Spaghetti. He's pulled out that slipstream. Going to send it down the inside. There's movement going on behind. He's got that position. Or has he? He has. Spaghetti had the inside line for the second corner, but now he's on the outside. Is he going to get a drag down? He's going to be on the inside though for turn 10. And they are side by side. And he's... Well, for now, he's not getting that position back. Or has he? He has. He just outbraked Mute. Mute obviously a little bit too cautious on those brakes. And up he goes. Behind them though, Borderline Smelt, side by side, Borderline's been spun, just chilling, just evades the rear end there of Borderline. A little bit of contact then between Borderline and Smelt, nothing I would say to worry about. And Smelt tries to come past Killer. And no surprise, Mason does set the faster lap. Dennis is, his times are a little bit out, they always are at the beginning of the races, so don't get too triggered. The young boy. And I got triggered there by Young Boy. Yeah, these gaps are a little bit too unpredictable. Let's have a look, see further back then. Let's go back to Kills, Smelt. Let's see if Smelt can make a move. Obviously these times will be sorted at the end of this lap. And that is when DRS has been enabled. Section point for the long back straight is just before turn 7, that little kink, left kink. Yeah, Smelt, he's going to make a move here on Kills, pulls out the slipstream, he's going to send it down the inside, is he? And he's not there, he's going to have to try the long way around, but he's not. Kills covers him off quite well. So Smelt's still sticking back in 12th position. Let's have a look. Oh, is he going to make a move? No, he's not. He's a bit all over the place there, just chilling behind him. Let's have a look further up then. Dan is closing in on Young Boy in front. Dennis is on the back of Beaker. Dennis needs to make this pass as soon as possible because he is on ultra soft tyres. He's going to get some DRS, not this time but on the back straight. But as it stands, Beaker's going to get DRS from Meister in front of him. So these gaps are now getting to look very correct. As you can see, this is probably one of the closest battles currently on track. Dennis picks up a 3-second penalty already on the 3rd lap. That is not the way to start. Let's just stay with him though. That's going to make a real mess of his race. Is Beaker going to be close enough to get DRS? I don't think he's going to be. A little bit wide there. He might just have nicked it there as Beaker. He hasn't though. So Dennis with the ultras, with the DRS on this long straight. He's going to pull out and make a move. He's not this time around, but he's right on the back of Beaker. It's further back, Mute and Spaghetti are coming at it. Let's have a look further back. Those Smelt and Kills. Nothing to go there. Borderline has got past Anthony. Very late on the brakes for both of them there. Anthony, a little bit of corner cutting there. Gets away with it though. Let's have a look once again up at Dennis and Beaker. Just 1/10 between them. Beaker a little wide there. Very wide at the end of it. Covers off Dennis. Just leaves him enough room. Then runs really wide. Dennis is just going to get a much better drive off this corner. Just going to go round the outside of turn 13. And Dennis is up to P2 and he can now set his sights on Meister out the front. Behind that, the young boy is close to the back of Beaker. He's going to get some DRS, but Beaker's also going to get DRS. Don't think Beaker's going to make a move back at Dennis, but it will just helps him defend against young boy, which is what he needs at times. Let's have a look back at Smelt. He's got DRS, but so has Kills. And Borderline just behind him as well has that DRS. And Mute and Spaghetti did swap places. They swapped back, and Sarge has just romped past Mute. Mute's obviously had a little off here as he's just lost 2 places. He's got one back under braking. But Sarge is all over the back of Spaghetti. And must have been a contact then between those two, Spaghetti and Mute, as they've dropped right back off the back rear end of Trirena in P6. As Beaker is very close. He has taken it back off Dennis, but Dennis is going to have the inside line here. But he's going to get a better drive, but Beaker... Oh! Big oversteer then from Dennis, gone into the side of Beaker. Beaker holding it. Young boy's going to try and come past. Dennis has lost out a lot there. He's dropped down to P6. Young boy's going to come down the inside here on Beaker and potentially have him. No, he's not. This is where Beaker ran a little bit wide last time. Young boy is looking for that gap. It's just not there for him. As Dennis's tyres just suddenly drops off. Is that why? And that slide has probably not helped him. Let's have a look back at him then. Is he just really struggling? He's already got a bit of graining on that front left. You can see just above his wing mirror on the left hand side in the middle of the tyre. Just that line shows a bit of graining, and he's already run the course of those tyres. I'm going to suspect he's going to put softs on, but to go as long as he can into the race, and then potentially he's got wing damage as well. Didn't see that. So Dennis is in the pits. Let's see what else is happening up front. The two Sauber boys are going at it once again. They've been going at it for the entire season so far. But the young boy is on the back of Beaker. That incident between Beaker and Dennis has obviously allowed Jump Boy to close and right onto the back of the Williams man. He's going to get some DRS, but Beaker got a decent drive off the corner, but was it good enough? 0.3 between them. 0.2. Jump's going to pull out, is he? He's going to send it down the inside, but just not anything there. Beaker holding on then for P2. As Muse and Sarge swap places behind. Let's have a look further back with Borderline Smelt. Nothing there. Borderline had a little look, but just nothing to do. Gloves is going to try and come past Sarge, is he? He's going to have the inside line going into the long right-hander. No, he's not. He's slotted back in behind. He's going to have a look down into 11. No. Well, maybe he will, because Sarge is well off the racing line there. Comes back across. Gloves and steering wheel just doesn't gain a place at all there, unfortunately for him. Smelt and Borderline do, though. They've just swapped places behind. And that looks like a Borderline must have made a mistake, because he's very much off the back there of Smelt. Let's jump up to Jump Boy. Once again, still hanging around the back of Beaker. Beaker also looked like he got a much better drive because he extended the lead over Young Boy there. As he's still hovering in the back. Drives and steering wheel going to make a move then on Sarge. He's going to go around the outside here. Then he's going to have the inside line. Or not, because Sarge has claimed it back with some great aggressive defensive driving. Perfectly legit, as Just Chillin is trying to get past Gloves as well. He will get some DRS here with both these drivers, in fact, on Sarge. Whether or not we'll see one of them overtake, we'll find out in a moment. So Jumbo, he's going to make a move on Beacon up front. Nope. Yellow in sector 2 is that Borderline is off. And that is an interesting place to go. That is the exit of turn 7. But Just Chillin has still not made his move then on Gloves. He obviously had that DRS out defend. Jumbo's on the back of them. Beaker sliding, and that should be an easy pass then for Jumbo. Beaker just lost the grip out well off the racing line there for him. And he's lost 2 places then. Jumbo up to P2. Will he be able to set his sights on Meister? He's got 4 seconds lead, has Meister. Aided by all the battling going on behind him. But Jumbo is now going to be assisting Duck with the DRSs going off behind him. If you're interested, the pit window for the Super Softs is probably going to be around 11, 12, 13 in that region. Obviously, it all depends on how each driver drives their personal setups. If they can make it, Jumbo picks up a 3-second penalty that goes together with Dennis's. Rosmitter. I know we're going to pronounce his name correctly, so I'm just going to call him Dennis, because that's how his name is. Tri Rayner is all over the back of Beaker. The Sub boys do like being together, and I think Tri Rayner is a little bit on edge here, because he's not next to his teammate. He's going to have DRS, but Beaker's also got DRS in front of him. Trey Rainey is actually closing in a little bit, probably not enough. Whereas Dennis, again, another 3-second penalty, that is 6 seconds so far. Beaker's back end is starting to kick out on him. And these clouds are looking a little bit dark. I'm just wondering if there is potential rain on the way. Be interested to see a little bit of rain here, wouldn't it? Beaker with a much better line through that corner like last lap. And he's able to hold off Trey Rayner. He's Just Chilling, going to be held off though by Gloves and steering wheel. They are side by side as they're going into turn 12, and Gloves goes through. Just Chilling has to slot in behind. He's going to get a nice slipstream through this corner. Is he going to make a move here? Gloves goes very defensive. Just showing he's going to get DRS here, as Beaker has pitted. He's not happy with those tyres. They have fallen away already. And he's going on a set of softs. He's going to hope to get to the end from here. Should be possible. Let's have a look further up then. Spaghetti is hanging around the back of Mute. Is Beaker coming out the pits? He is, yes. So I've been getting a little bit triggered recently about pit stops. I've seen several issues with the game and people getting stuck in the pits very recently, which has not been much fun to watch. And Spaghetti is trying to watch the back end of Mute though. He closes in quite well under braking. Just chilling is just swapping. Again, we've gone to zero. He's going to get this position made. Looks like he will. Obviously, he's on soft tyres compared to Glover's super softs. So Glover's super softs are starting to go. Justin's got considerably more grip as it stands, I'd say. But it's one thing to have the grip; it's another thing to do something with the grip. As Spaghetti and Mute up in front are swapping positions. Mute P5 from Spaghetti. Oh, I thought he was going to come down the inside there. Let's go back then to Gloves, Just Chilling, and Sarge. Sarge is starting to hold off Just Chilling up to 0.8 of a lead, but Just Chilling's DRS is going to allow him to reel that gap in a little bit. Further up ahead, Spaghetti and Mute are still going at this comfortably for P5. Obviously, if we just look at who's made a pit stop, it's the bottom three: Beaker, Dennis, and Anthony. So we won't really work out where they will fall in. Dennis came in at P6 after an issue. Beaker came in at P3. So it'll be interesting to see where they end up after the first round of pit stops for the front people. But Spaghetti with that DRS, going to make a move down the inside here, is he? Has he made it? He hasn't. Great defending them from Mute. But he just didn't get the drive off. Spaghetti's got a much better drive off the corner. They are alongside each other, going down towards turn 10. And Spaghetti's going to have the inside line, but he can't do anything with it. Mute is just fast around that outside. And Mute is going to hold off Spaghetti for now. Getting that double apex perfectly. Just behind them though, Justin has got past Sarge and up to P7 then for the Williams man. And he'll going to try and close on this battle as soon as he can. And Mute's with just got a decent drive off that corner and fall away a little bit from Spaghetti. Half a second between them. Spaghetti's going to get some DRS here though. As speeding the pit lane then for Sarge. That is not going to go well for him. He's going to drop down and then have that penalty to serve afterwards. He should be going on to the softs from here, trying to get to the very end. Try Rayner with a 3-second penalty. Penalties are starting to mount up here by the looks of things. We've got Dennis with 6. Try Rayner with 3. Spaghetti nearly losing the back end. I think Jumboy had 3 as well. But Spaghetti, that little slide has really cost him. He does have DRS, but he's so far behind Mute that he's not going to be able to do anything with it. Just Chilling is 1.5 off the back of Spaghetti. He doesn't have anything to worry about from behind. He's got a nice little lead over Gloves and steering wheel behind him. Dan, however, is trying to close up on Jumboy as we are starting to approach this pit window. So I wonder who's going to be the first of the front people to blink. Meister does have a 5.6 second lead over second place Jumboy. So even when he pits, he won't slide down as far as other people will. But the grid is still quite close knit, so he will drop a fair distance. And it's not going to be either of these two. No one looking for that early undercut. Just Chilling's got past Spaghetti further back. Spaghetti says that will do and comes into the pits. Along with Try Rayner. So softs there going on to Spaghetti. Try Rayner's getting a set of softs as well. And they are going to come out just behind Beaker. Borderline might come through as well. No, Borderline's in the pits. Dennis might come through actually. There comes Dennis streaming out. And he's just behind Try Rayner, so... Oh, Dennis making his own road. So as it stands, Beaker is in front of Try Rayner, and that's where he needs to be. But obviously the front front 8 is still to stop. Dan is still trying to make his move on Jumboy. Will he try and come in this lap and go for the undercut on the Force India? Or will he let the Force India go in first? We try and... oh, Jumboy's sliding. His tyres are looking like they might be shot. I think Dan might be on a do whatever Jumboy doesn't do type order here. He's coming around the final corner. So Meister has pitted from P1. In he comes. He's going to get some super softs on. Jumboy's also pitted behind him. And so has Dan. All three front runners have pitted. Munita's pitted as well. So Meister will come out P2. P3 actually, behind some other people. So Dan is in. And he's going to come out then behind Jumboy. Where's Beaker in all of this? Coming down the home straight. He goes fast of everyone. Where is he coming out? He's coming out right behind Meister actually. So that's a good high pace laps then from Beaker to come out so close to Meister. This is for your net race lead. Beaker putting a storming few laps on these softs. Hopefully he's not taking out too much of these tyres. And he should potentially have Meister now. All about this drive here. Beaker's going to get the DRS just under half a second off the back of Meister. Meister trying to break that slipstream toe. Beaker's just not close enough this time. And I think maybe for good news for Meister, his tyres might have heated up nicely now. Try Rayner and Dan just back behind them and swap places as well. And Dennis wants to slice of Dan. Dennis on these very, well not very old, these 7 laps in softs. Dan on a bit chilly softs. And Dennis is through then up to P8. Has Dan got anything to say about it? No, he doesn't. So let's go back up to, yeah, let's go back to Beaker. Beaker and Meister going at it still. Gloves and Zero has pitted, so has Smelt. So these guys will take over second and third, with Just Chilling in front of him who hasn't pitted yet. And will Williams be deploying him as a blocker for his teammate? We shall find out. He's got 10 seconds, so he's unlikely to that far ahead. Jumbo is 5 seconds off the back of Beaker, but Dan, Dennis and Try Rayner are all close together. It's going to take one little mistake from one of these guys and they can have him, have the other guy. See, nothing else massive going on at the moment. Anthony with another penalty. I think that's his second today. Let's go have a look at Dennis. He's just not really close enough to make anything happen here. He does have DRS, but 0.8 of a second between everyone of these 4th to 7th. Just can't do anything with it at this moment. Meanwhile, Meister has increased his lead to 1.1 seconds over Beaker, so he's covered off that threat of DRS. Dennis ragging that car to the very edge there. Try Rayner looking a little bit out of looking a little bit out of shape in front of him. But Dennis just isn't close enough to do anything about it. Half a second between these two, well 0.7 now. There's going to be no changes. Meister goes fastest of everyone. So Tyrone has fallen off the back of Jumbo. He does have DRS, but it's about a second between them now as the gaps are starting to grow. Let's have a look further back. Newt and Sarge, the McLaren boys, they're going for it though. Sarge is a little bit out of shape. There's Mute going to have him off this corner. Doesn't look like he's going to. So Sarge holding off his teammate now. As it stands, decent haul of points though for McLaren. 8th and 9th. Obviously a much better haul if you are a Williams, but with Justin still to pit, we'll find out later. So that almost looks like a team order overtake. So that was very easy. So up goes Mute then to P8. As Sarge loses the back end, keeps it away from the barrier. He loses the place though to Spaghetti. Gloves and steering wheel is just not close enough to make anything of Sarge's mistake. Spaghetti up now to P9 on the back end of Mute. Let's have a look at Dan, who's on the back end of Dennis, as they are still going at it. For Dennis is still on the back of his teammate, Dan's teammate, Tyrone. So I don't expect to see an overtake here, because it's just not close enough as it stands. Well, it's starting to clear up a little bit now. No, there's still a few clouds, but not some greyish looking clouds, which is going to be good news for these guys. We're on lap 15 of 27. We are, as you can obviously, over halfway. With only one driver who hasn't pitted yet, which is just chilling. He's on a 14 lap old softs. And I'm just wondering if Dennis, I suspect Dennis will have to pit again. He might get away with it. His tyres are going to be shot towards the end of this race. And if he is going to pit, he might actually be able to get a nice set of ultras on, so he can really close down and move up. So Beaker has fallen off the back of Meister. Just Chilling has a 7-second lead over Meister, and he should be pitting in probably the next couple of laps, I would have thought, for Just Chilling. You might try and go a little bit longer. Obviously, the longer you can go on the softs, the better it could be for you, especially if you can get some ultras on at the end. So it's not as battles. Oh, battles aren't really there, but the gaps are close between these guys. And Dennis made a little bit of a mistake there. Dan has closed right at the back of him as Just Chilling has pitted, and he was going on to the super softs then. So Meister through to take the lead, followed by Beaker. Let's have a look back at Dan though. He's not going to be doing anything about this. Just Chilling is going to come out ahead of Mute. No, he's coming out behind Mute and Spaghetti, and just ahead of Sarge then. So Just Chilling, the only person not on soft compounds. Can he do anything with it? Can he get a podium? If you look at the gaps, it's not that hard to get to the podium from here. If you look at the time to lead, he's only 17 seconds off the leader. It's only 15 seconds off Jumbo. So he does have a chance. He's just got to drive like his life depends on it. So Dan is still on the back of Dennis, who is on the back of Tyrone. Half a second each of those gaps. Dennis's tyres are starting to hurt, I suspect. 11 laps in on those softs. He's doing well to keep up this pace, but for how long can he do it? We shall find out. Oh, Dennis looking a little bit unsteady there. Maybe these tyres are starting to go for him. Dan's got a good drive out the corner. He's going to look down the inside then into turn 14. He's got the inside line and he's through. Easy overtaking the end for Dan. But Meister coming, Dennis, sorry, coming back down the inside, but no. So through goes Dan on Dennis. Dennis doesn't have DRS though to come back with, and Dan is going to secure then that P5 and set his sights on his teammate just ahead of him. He's picked up more penalties. It is not his day today. He made an interesting strategy call. He's got good pace, but he's going to be doing a two-stopper, which is really hard to do. And he's picked up, I think, 9 seconds penalties now, maybe more. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's either 9 or 12. You don't want it to be either of them. And Dan has actually closed up to the back of his teammate ahead. So let's quick flick up to that. Just tuning is close up to the back of Spaghetti as well, so could be some good battles developing in the next few laps. We've got 10 to go. And it's far from finished, that is for sure. I think the big question on my mind is, will Dennis come into the pits and try and put on a set of ultras and go absolutely flying? He's probably got to do another 3 or 4 laps before he can get to that point. But just chilling on the back of Spaghetti's on the back of Mute. Is he going to make this overtake? Probably not going to make it on the home straight. He just close in and then make it on the long back straight. Beaker 10 laps in on his soft tyres as well. He's fallen off the back of Mace there now. 4 seconds back. John Boy is 2 seconds back and closing in ever so slightly here and there. As Justin looks to get a beastly drive off the corner. Going to make a move on Spaghetti, is he? Sends it down the inside. Now onto the outside. He's going to have the inside again in the next corner. That's a terrible camera angle, but that one's better. And Justin is through. Up he goes then to P8, and he's got Mute in front of him. He's going to have DRS on Mute. He won't close in. Well, he won't overtake, but he'll close in a fair bit. Let's have a look though. Dan on the back once again. 3-second penalty then for Dan, as he's all over the back of his teammate. As Gloves and Cyril and Smelt exchange places. So where's Justin? Justin is on the back of Mute. He's going to switch to the inside here. He's going to have the inside for here, then he's going to have the inside for the next corner. He's already through. He picks up a 3-second penalty though. Went a bit wide off the track there, and that could be crucial come the end of the race. So Justin, as it stands, P7. He's got 5 seconds up the road. It's going to be the Dennis, Dan and Trirena battle. You can just see him just there on his right. So he knows what he needs to do. But that is not what he needs to do. As Dennis has pitted. He's going on to some super softs. Just chilling, goes fast of everyone. Just to say, look guys, I'm coming. Watch out. Let's have a look again at the Saubers. I don't remember a race this season that they have not been battling on. They always seem to be fighting against each other. So Dennis is coming out way down the grid then. He's come out in 14th place. It's not going to be impossible for him to get up there, but I don't think he's going to get into the top 5. I don't think he would even get into the top 7. We'll soon see. Smelt and Gloves and Steel going at it. Smelt's going to have some DRS here. He's in mode 4 in the slipstream of Gloves. Dan and Trirena swapping places ahead. Smelt just pulls out and sends it down the inside, and that's an easy overtake, or is it? Oh, Gloves and Steel gives him a little nudge off the track and doesn't give the position back, interesting enough. I'll leave that one for the stewards to look at later. Where's Spaghetti? He's on the back of Mute. And he's really fighting that car. So look, just chilling is 5.4 seconds off the back of Trirena. We'll be hoping to catch up to them. We're on lap 20 of 27. Let's have a look and just see how John Boy's doing. He's 1.8 seconds off the back of Beaker. 4 lap fresher tyres. And he's just hauling Beaker in every now and again, just a little bit, just a tenth here and there. This is now 1.6. So obviously these slightly fresher tyres are working much better for John Boy. But Still, we're only on 20 of 27, so a fair bit of distance to go. Let's look again, once again at the salvos and see if there's anything happening here. There doesn't normally happen battles between these guys. They normally just sort of sit and try not to crash into each other's rear wings. But Borderline and Dennis have exchanged places. So Dennis is starting his charge up the field. Next up for him is going to be Kills in the Ferrari. 1.7 up the field. Smelt and Gloves and Cyril still going at it. This is for the last point position, so this is huge as it stands. I suspect this won't be for the last points position when Dennis catches them up, and it'll be for the last outside the points, unless of course we have a little incident. Spaghetti Mute still going at it, half a second between them. Try Rainer and Dan still going at it, half a second between them. It's 0.2 between these two though. After a little nudge off last lap, Smelt is determined to get past Gloves. Don't often see overtakes in here, but you never know. All it takes is just one small oversteer, and you can send it down the inside. Smelt is now going to get some DRS. Still in mode 2 at the moment. Doesn't shift into mode 4, but he's got a much better drive off the corner. He's going to pull out. Yes, he does. Sending it down the inside. If that guy can get his arm out of the way. A little bit of nudge there from Smelt. Maybe it's a little bit of a love tap back on Gloves for what he did at turn 9. Smelt, however, does pick up a 3-second penalty. As Dennis went faster than everyone on that last lap. He's just got past Kills actually already. He's on to 12th. 4 seconds off the back of Gloves. Well, 4.7 now, 3.7 now. That gap is going to start coming down, light as no tomorrow. Let's have a look at Spaghetti and Mute. Spaghetti a bit all over the place going across those curbs. Just not close enough to do anything with it. Let's have a look though. Gloves and Smelt going back. Smelt is back through. Gloves again with that little dive down the inside into the side then of Smelt. He's now got the slipstream on Smelt. He's going to make a move here. Goes to the inside. Has to lift off though. Sector 3 yellow as Sarge has gone out. Where was that? That looked like it was around here somewhere. I think it was. He's just lost it then between 10 and 11. So this will now definitely be for Smelt and Gloves. This will be for the last points position as it stands. Because I suspect Dennis will come past them shortly. As he's starting to haul them in. 1.5 between him and Gloves. That gap will come down a fair bit in a moment. As he goes fastest once again. 2/10 up on his previous best. With 32.2. But once he gets past these guys, he's then got 10 seconds up the field to Spaghetti. So he's going to have his work cut out if he wants to do that one. Jumboy is on the back of Beaker. Let's go have a quick look at this. As they are getting some DRS action here then. Oh, we've had the DRS action, my apologies. Is Jumboy going to make a move on Beaker sometime soon? Probably not here actually. So let's have a look further back at Dennis. He's got DRS diving going on in front. And Gloves and Cyril is still P10 then without making a move on Smelt. Dennis is right behind them now. He's going to have a much better drive. Switches to the inside. He has to be careful here. He's through then on Gloves. He's going to be through here on Smelt. It's his teammate, so you'd hope he'd get out of the way for him. I suspect he will. He's looking. I think he's made it stick. He has. Or has he? No, because Smelt's going to have the inside line. And back through goes Smelt. Dennis, though, is going to have the inside of this corner. His teammate isn't giving him an inch. Dennis now gets the drive off the corner. He's going to have this position, that's for sure. And through he goes then. So Dennis up to P9. Slots in front of his teammate, who's just ahead of Gloves and Cyril. Smelt is very much off track again. So have a jump up then to Jumboy on the back end of Beaker. 0.4 between them. Jumboy's just not going to close in enough here. And he's close though. I'll say he's not going to close out enough. 0.2 between them. 4 lap older tyres on Beaker's car. Obviously starting to hurt him a little bit now. We're on 23 of 27. Not long to go. Oh, Beaker looks a little out of shape here. John, we're going to go down the inside. He does. Just gives a little squirt of the accelerator. Through goes John Boy. Beaker's run out to dry. And actually Beaker's going to try and come back down the inside. Has he made it? I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. So John Boy up to P2 for now. Will Beaker have something to say about it in a moment? So we're going to get some DRS down the home straight. He's not really gaining that much on him. 0.3 between them. 0.24. But no, Beaker's just not close enough. So Dennis is still P9. 10 seconds off the back then of Spaghetti. Smelter's still hanging around as well. Determined not to give up. Just behind him, he's got gloves and steering wheel. Smelt will be hoping to use this DRS to get out the 1 second window of gloves. And so he can start pulling away. Let's have a look there. Beaker, he's going to have some DRS again on John Boy. Is this more for holding up your position and not letting Dan come near you? So there aren't many laps to go, and I don't know if Beaker's tyres are going to be doing that well in those few laps. 0.3 between them now. John Boy still holding off Beaker then. 7.2 seconds to go to Meister. So big gap there. Let's have a look further behind. Troy Rayner and Dan. Again, they are still keeping it very tight. Spaghetti and Mute, they've been going out now for a fair few laps. As Dennis behind is 9.7 seconds. I think that might be too much to ask for Dennis to close up then onto the back of Spaghetti. So Dan has actually closed down onto the back of Beaker. So Beaker's actually just fallen off the back of Jumbo as well. Dan potentially has a DRS issue then, as he's not using it down the home straight. Did I just see Troy Rennie not using his DRS as well? Let's go have a look at Beaker. He's just 0.8 off the back of Jumbo. I think Jumbo's going to have this in the bag. Obviously Beaker has penalties, but so do both the Saubers behind. Let's have a look. So Dan didn't use his DRS on the home straight. Is he going to use it here? Yes, he does. But Troy Rayner doesn't. Has Troy Rayner got an issue with his DRS? Because Just Chillin doesn't have an issue with his DRS. And he is coming after Troy Rayner. He's going to try and split the Saubers up. 25 off 27. Only one DNFer who lost it on turn 10, which is the turn we're coming to now. As I mentioned in the hot lap, this is where you can lose it quite easily. Sector 2 and 3 with the yellow. Who's that? Troy Rayner off track. Just Chillin comes through. The Williams gains another place. We've got yellows in sector 3. Is that for that one? I'm not sure who that's for. And that is a big loss out for Troy Rayner. He's dropped back 4 seconds off the back of Just Chillin, who is right on the back of his teammate, who is on the back of Just Chillin's teammate. Is Dan going to be making a move? Beaker does have DRS to defend. And Dan goes a little bit deep. Just Chillin is nowhere near him to make anything of it. Dennis has closed up onto the back of Spaghetti. He's obviously had an issue because he's dropped back off the back of Mute. They were close together and now it's 5 seconds between them, which has brought Dennis into the play of trying to get P8 before penalties, that is. As Beaker's not going to have DRS here, so is Dan going to be close enough to make a move. It's half a second between them. Not long to go, 2 laps, well, a lap and a half to go. Dan's looking. He's outbraked Beaker, has he? He lost the back end a little bit, or front end. And Beaker's gone a bit off track, and so is Dan. Just Chillin's going to have a good chance here of making something happen. No, he's not. Dan with that last second dive on Beaker made a mess of both of them. As Just Chillin is just trying to come past. Oh, Beak a little bit offline. Is this Beaker just trying to block Dan to let his teammate through? I think he might be. He's doing a pretty good job of it if he is. I think Beaker's tyres are starting to go away. That little back end kicking out was not an attempt to block, it was just more of, I've got not a lot of grip in these tyres. I'm not going to bother pissing now though. So, we're starting the final lap. Mesa is currently leading by just under 8 seconds. Just chilling on the back here of Dan. This is for P4. Or is it for 3 if you can get past Beaker? Dan down the inside of Beaker. Dan is up to P3. No, he's not. Beaker's up to P3 now. This is the final lap madness that you get. Who's going to lead through this corner? Dan is currently ahead. Beaker's going to the inside line. Beaker's back ahead. Coming through is Just Chillin'. Just Chillin' has taken it back though. Dan is now back down to P5. And Just Chillin' looks to make a mess. It's going to be a straight drag then. Dan slips in behind. Ooh, nearly taking Just Chillin' out there. That was very close. Is he going to make a move then on the inside here? It's very good defensive driving from the Williamses there. Both just blocking any attempt for Dan to come past. And this is basically what the Williams have to do, and they can secure 3rd and 4th before penalties. Just Chillin's going to make the move on Beaker. Up to 3rd he goes. Dan with a 3-second penalty. That could be big. A little bit of nudge there on the back of Beaker. Where's Beaker gone? Beaker's very much off track. Where's Tyrone? Tyrone isn't that far behind. Beaker with a 3-second penalty. That might be overturned post-race because he was forced off by Dan, but I think Beaker's tyres are running their course. Out front, Mesa has won. We're not really concentrating on who's won the race. Jumbo's going to come second as it stands. Beaker's going to be P5. So Jumbo P2. Just Chilling is going to be P3. Dan is P4. Where's Beaker? Beaker gets the position off Dan though through penalties. And up. So Beaker getting 4th. Dan 5th. Mute in 6th. Tyrone losing out to Mute. Then comes Spaghetti behind Tyrone, Smelt, then Dennis. Oh, look how close that was between Gloves and Dennis. That was .06 between them after penalties applied, and that's how close Gloves and Zero was to a point. And that is probably about as close as you're ever going to see. So we'll have a quick rundown of the full results. There you go. So Mesa taking the win. No penalties. No issues. Very boring for Mesa, if I'm honest. Out front, nothing to do. Followed by John Boy, Just Chillin', Beaker, Dan, Mute, Tyrone, Spaghetti, Smelt, and Dennis. Dennis with 9 seconds of penalties. Spaghetti gaining a few places through those penalties. Gloves and Cyril just missing out, as I was saying, to a point. Followed by Kills, Borderline, Anthony, and your DNFer of Sarge down there. And that is all she wrote for today. Next week we shall be in Austria, the Red Bull Ring, on 2nd of May. I am around for that one, that's good. So I shall see you guys then. Thank you very much.